Hello everyone, I'm SeibenLore, and welcome back to more Magic the Gathering lore. As many of you know, the Khans of Tarkir set is fastly approaching. With just over a week left before its official release, I want to go over the lore behind the different clans found on the plane of Tarkir. Today I want to start with the Abzan Houses. The cards found in this wedge seem really strong, and they are my pick for the upcoming pre-release sealed event. So with that, let's get started. The Abzan Houses are not a single group of nomadic desert wanderers, but rather, they are a complex web of unique families who band together in order to survive the harsh environment of their home. The Abzan Houses' territory spans through the rugged desert plains of Tarkir, with trade routes that span to almost every corner of the plain. Their main city, the fortress Arishan, is a central trading hub for the Abzan, and it also serves as a focal meeting point for many of the families who make up this clan. Making residence in the blistering desert of Tarkir is not for the faint or weak, but the Abzan have acquired skills and practices which make them expert desert survivalists. The most notable of these would be their unique family structure. In the Abzan culture, family is everything, but this does not always translate to mean your biological family. While your core family is still very much valued, it is not uncommon to refer to another clan member as a brother or sister. The traditional families of the Abzan have evolved unique cultural practices as well. The Abzan families place a lot of emphasis on rituals and duties which honor the family line. In this, they have developed what is known as kin trees. Kin trees, or family trees, are planted when a new Abzan family is formed. The fruit-bearing tree is used in a number of different ceremonies, many of which center around the death of a family member. The fruit from this tree is often fed to the deceased family member, while their names are also carved into the tree itself. Surviving family members will also consume the sap of these kin trees as a sign of respect and remembrance for their dead. The firstborn child of each family takes on the role of tree warden, a sacred duty in which he or she protects the kin tree for the entirety of their life. The kin tree is important for ritual purposes, but it can also be used as a tool for survival. So much effort is put into protecting these trees because they can be used by the family to summon the spirits of their dead. These connections with the spirits can be used for a number of different reasons, such as locating new sources of water, or as a means of defense from house invaders. Families, or houses as the Abzan refer to them, serve as an important survival tool. Having people who you are connected to and that you can trust with your life is necessary if you are looking to survive the deserts of Tarkir. The family is so important to the Abzan that being disowned by a family is considered a great dishonor. If you do not belong to a family, you do not have access to the life-saving resources or a kin tree, resulting in the person's spirit becoming restless upon their death. The houses of Abzan are not exclusively human, however. Many different races make up the canvas which is Abzan society. When living in the desert, one cannot be picky when it comes to the help someone can give you. This idea has made the Abzan a very racially diverse clan. These different racial houses included humans, orcs, avens, spirits, and Anok. Many orcs are not born to the houses of Abzan, but rather are adopted into the families. Many military campaigns of the Abzan result in the total decimation of communities. The children of the fallen are oftentimes adopted to show respect for their opponents and to protect the innocent. This is how many orcs have found their way into the Abzan houses. The Aven of the Abzan are a unique breed of vulture Aven who have evolved perfectly to live in the harsh desert environment. These Avens were also crucial to the survival of the early history of the Abzan, teaching them the skills they needed to survive. To this end, the Anok also served a similar role. This strange race of hound-like humanoids aided the early desert-dwelling Abzan with survival, and so they were offered a place among their family. While these houses may seem like a single unified force, many are in fact separate and sometimes opposing forces. Many families vie for influence over the rest of the clan, arguing with other houses that hold different viewpoints from their own. While an internal struggle exists among the Abzan, they all agree that internal conflicts and separation would mean the ultimate death of all the families in the Abzan. Each house understands that unity is the only way that they can survive the desert in which they live. The desert is not the Abzan house's only threat, however. There are many others who would stop at nothing to see their structured existence crumble. Their largest opposition comes from their long-hated rivals in the Mardu Horde and the sadistic collectors of the Sultai Brood. In the defense of her extended family, the Abzan house's valiant leader, Anafenza, leads her army from the front. Anafenza the Foremost is a talented strategist and conductor of war. She understands when to keep a strategic position over pursuing a fleeing enemy force, and knows how to use the desert environment to her advantage. Anafenza is a skilled charioteer, allowing her presence to be known by the forces she is leading, while also striking fear into the enemies she charges towards. The sandy deserts on which they fight makes it ineffective to have horses pull the chariot, so Anafenza bred her own line of prize ibex goats to fulfill this purpose. Anafenza leads her forces from her fortress known as Mir Ark, located near the center of the Abzan Houses territory. This position is crucial because many of the wars waged by the Abzan are not wars of conquest, but rather wars to maintain trade routes. The Abzan have evolved strong trade connections with their fellow houses, and it is these connections which serve as the support structure which allow the Abzan houses to function, so the protection of these routes is paramount. Abzan houses are aligned with white, green, and black mana, having the strongest connection with white sources. This is represented in their beliefs of honor and duty. The Abzan admire the ancient dragon aspect of endurance, believing it is this trait which has led to their survival. With this idea in mind, the Abzan houses have donned the symbol which depicts the scale of the dragon, an image which represents their stability and toughness. Continuing with the Abzan's theme of endurance and family unity, the clan has access to the mechanic Outlast. Outlast allows for members of the clan to put effort in supporting their family in order to endure past their enemies. This allows creatures to pay mana and tap to place 1/1 counters on themselves or others. So, there you have it. The lore of the Abzan clan of Tarkir. Are you going to play as these desert-dwelling survivalists? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video and want to see more. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.